Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for your weekly energy forecast and oracle reading. And obviously, happy 2022 to all of you guys. And let's hope this year is going to be amazing. I'm sure that it is because it's the year of miracles and magic. So let's have a look. This first week of 2022, what does it hold for us? Okay, let's get a tarot card out for the energetic theme of the beginning of the week. We have the Four of Cups. Now, if you look at this card here, this person is kind of sitting underneath a tree and looking a little bit meh about life and, contemplating losses, disappointments, not really feeling too motivated, okay? But that being said, with this card, I'm hearing the word new, renewal. So the analogy Spirit's giving me here is like the last year was like a washing machine. Yeah, it's like we were in the washing machine, we were washed around, tumbled around, and then the washing machine spat us out on the floor. So a lot of us might be feeling the after effects or the hangover of what last year was all about. So don't be surprised if you're not feeling too inspired today and tomorrow. But that being said, though, it doesn't mean that there isn't energy out there for us to harness. Like at the moment, we're in the throes of a Capricorn new moon. And Capricorn energy is all about being earthy and practical and being responsible and taking charge of, especially career, finances, the material. So now is a very, very good time for manifesting. So what I'm also hearing with this here is instead of getting lost in the emotions, which what the cups represent, let us not look at what we've lost, but let's look at what we've gained, and let's look at what we're still going to gain this year. But we're going to gain differently this year, I'm hearing. This is not the year for pushing, forcing, trying to do everything by ourselves, desperately trying to make it happen, panic, panic, panic. That energy is like so 2010. Okay? The energy we're in now is more supportive. I've been saying this over and over because I keep hearing it over and over. The energy we have now is so much more supportive. I'm hearing let go and let God. So in other words, you have your goals, your dreams, your vision, what you want to bring into your space, bring into your life, bring into your world, but you do not have to do it on your own. Okay, you have a creator, a higher power, universe, God, whatever word you want to use, there for you to partner with. Okay, so today and tomorrow, let's not get lost in the I coulda, shoulda, wouldas and the feeling spat out after last year. Let's get focused on moving forward, but doing things differently because we can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Okay, let's get some elaboration and wisdom from the wisdom of the oracle. This one. Treasure Island. Isn't this a beautiful card? I feel like I need to read out the interpretation because I just love the wording of this deck. The wording is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what it has to say. It says here, you've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You've uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. That is what last year was all about. Last year was there to really teach us what we're capable of, okay? What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. Isn't that beautiful? So yes, now's the time to step into our birthright of abundance and prosperity and all the good that goes with it. But in order to do that, we've got to be really willing to let go of the hurts and the pains of the past, because our fear-based thinking based on the hurts and the pains of the past are not going to serve us this year at all. That energy cannot exist this year. I'm hearing the words unlimited potential. So we all have unlimited potential, but this is the year where we get to actually exercise it. And I'm hearing Spirit say, think big, think outside the box, give the universe a challenge, because this is the year where we've earned the right, I want to say, to really go after our dreams and to really, really think big. Okay, that's what last year was there to teach us. Last year was there to show us exactly what was holding us back. All of our greatest fears were triggered enormously because we needed to see that that's what's been holding us back the whole time. That's what's been making us think small and act small. And as a result, we got small. So this year, we can't do that. That energy doesn't exist anymore. We can't play like that anymore, I'm hearing Spirit say. Okay, let's see what further elaboration is here from the Enchanted Map. Bone Collector. I love this card. This card is all about healing the wounds, okay? Collecting the parts of us that were lost. So what this essentially means is whenever we go through a traumatizing experience, okay, it's like a part of our soul is lost, right? We lose little bits of ourselves that in shamanic beliefs, the little bits of ourselves tend to float around in the universe, okay? They're not parts of us anymore. And that's what leaves us feeling lost, scattered, even empty, because we're missing parts of ourselves. And that is what last year was all about. Last year, by facing our fears, we got to reclaim those lost bits of ourselves. Like, let's put that into context. For example, let's say last year you were absolutely terrified of thinking about going after a new job. You didn't think you had the time. You didn't think you had the expertise. You didn't think you had the skills. You didn't think you had anything that could make it work. Lo and behold, God forbid, you got retrenched or fired or the company closed down, and that's the universe's way of forcing you into the next job that is actually meant for you, okay? But what gets you there is facing that fear. Instead of going, oh my God, this world has ended, woe is me, we've gone, okay, it is what it is, this is what has happened, okay, stuff it. I'm facing my fears. No, I don't feel ready. No, I don't believe I can do this, but you know what? I'm going to go for it. And truth nuts, you would have got that job. And you would have never have gotten that amazing job if you didn't face the fear of losing the previous one. And that's just a job example. That can be relative to health, relationships, your home, whatever it is that you have to face the fears and move forward anyway. You're now being rewarded for because you're realizing the full potential of who you are. And that's what I get the strong sense that this year is about. It's about realizing our potential. Because last year was there to show us that. Now this year we need to put it into action. So that's what the Bone Collector is all about. It's about collecting the lost parts of ourselves. Okay, middle of the week. Let's see what energetic weather is here for the middle of the week. Ooh, the 10 of Pentacles. Now this card, if you look at it, it's obvious. It's a treasure chest. All the treasure is inside that chest. And what I'm hearing loudly from Spirit is your birthright. Your birthright, okay? So this wealth, prosperity, abundance is not for select few, okay? It's not just for some people. No, Spirit is saying your birthright, meaning it is for you. Your abundance, your prosperity is there. And I'm a full believer in a PIN code. Okay, so in other words, if you think of your abundance and your prosperity as your birthright, it's like a big bank account that's above your head. It's in your field of potential. It's there. It exists. But the PIN code to access this abundance and prosperity, number one, is the belief that you're worthy. Okay. Number two, your talents and your skills. So maximizing on what you're good at, what you're talented at, what your passions are. That's your PIN. Put that in, exercise those things, and then you access this. But it's got to be done in faith, okay? And Spirit is also saying, please stop listening to the narrative of the world at the moment. Oh, the economy, this, and there's no money, and there's unemployment, and blah, blah. I don't believe any of that. I really don't. Because in your vibrational little world, in your not little, but in your existence, okay, you have access to this. It doesn't matter what's going on around you, because remember, at the end of the day, everything is energy. So if you are energetically aligned, in other words, you know you're worthy, you know you're good enough, you know you can do it, you have faith, you're exercising your skills, your talents, you're putting passion and love and service into what you offer. Money is the result. It comes as accident. It comes as a side effect. Okay, money is a currency. It's got to flow. And what blocks the flow of currency is, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, the economy is shit, blah, blah, blah. Those are blocks. And that's, again, what last year was for, is to show us exactly where we were blocked. Okay, that's how we're triggered so much. So now we open the gateway and we start to allow abundance and prosperity to flow to us. And that doesn't even have to be money per se. It can be whatever is prosperity to you. It could be your health. It could be a new home. It could be your new car, a new job. Whatever it is that you interpret to be abundance, okay, is what's here for you. You have access. You have access to it. And you have more access, what looks like in the middle of the week, than ever before, actually. Okay, so Spirit is saying loudly, step into your power, please. Step into your power. Okay, now let's see. What guidance is here from the wisdom of the oracle for the middle of the week? It's really hiding, but it's sticking out at the same time. Okay, let me give it another shuffle. The cards are sticky today. Humidity. Okay, this card comes up. It's called Orphaned. Now, when I tune into the energy of this card, the Spirit is saying this is not something that's going to happen, but it's rather something that is going to be glaring in our face in the middle of the week. In other words, it could be a wound around abandonment, a wound to do with feeling unprovided for, uncared for. So in other words, it's here, your abundance, your prosperity is there, but we have to work on this to access this, okay? So Spirit is saying, another thing they're saying here is, as we start to rise in consciousness, we rise in consciousness, our whole life gets better as a result, okay? So that means as your life becomes more prosperous, more abundant, it might leave you feeling a bit alone. Okay, and the reason for it is because, again, as we level up, as we raise our consciousness, as we grow and we evolve, that is a messy business, as last year taught us very well. But it can also repel people or situations that are no longer aligned with who we have become. Okay, so if you're finding yourself wanting to release relationships, even family members, or they're distancing themselves, it's not necessarily a bad thing. This is about raising your vibration. It's like outgrowing certain situations, but it can leave us feeling a little bit orphaned. It can leave us feeling alone. But remember, the universe does not like an empty space. It does not like a void. So when we're orphaned, there's actually a void. Okay, and that empty space will not be empty for very long. Like if you go outside, again, this analogy, if you live in South Africa, find yourself a really good pothole, which won't be hard to find, you're going to find something in there. There's sticks, there's leaves, there's all sorts of things in a pothole, because nature doesn't do empty spaces. Okay, so if you're feeling empty as a result of your leveling up, of your raising of your vibration, of your life getting better and better, and certain people are leaving your life as a result, it's just leaving an empty space for new to come in. That's all. Okay. So be kind to yourself, I'm hearing. Be kind to yourself emotionally. Acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge your emotions. We have to feel to heal. Okay. What guidance is here from the Enchanted Map for the middle of the week? We have Spark. Now this card, I'm hearing, okay, Spirit is showing me the analogy of a fire, okay? The fire doesn't start as a fire, it starts as a spark, okay? So as we realize our abundance, as we pursue our abundance, as we start to allow our abundance to us by saying yes to opportunity, by going after what we want, as we sort of allow it into our lives, it can be quite lonely, yeah? But there's this little spark within you, this little creative little fire, and you'll feel it as a niggle. So it's like you'll feel this itch, this niggle to pursue something or say yes to something or to try something you've never tried before or to get something creative that's going to take you out of your comfort zone or take you out of your box, so to speak. Okay? Listen to that spark, because a big, beautiful bonfire starts as a spark. Okay, so middle of the week, say yes to that feeling and watch how it becomes something bigger. So this spark could be, again, it could be related to your career, it could be related to relationship, it could be related to anything. Whatever you're feeling the drive, the pull forward for, is what you need to go after, okay? Because everything, a big flame starts as a spark, as I said. Okay, let's go to Friday and the weekend. What energetic weather do we have for Friday and the weekend? We have the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles again. Okay, now if you look at this card, this man has got a tray of his wealth. And if you look at his expression, he's kind of holding like, don't come near my stuff. So the energy of Friday and the weekend is about realizing your worth, realizing your value, okay? Being mindful of your resources, okay? So we don't want to waste money. We don't want to waste our resources. We want to be cautious in handling our finances, not because anything bad's going to happen, but it's more because now we know our worth. Okay, so maybe we're not going to settle for little anymore. Maybe we're going to ask for a raise. Maybe we're going to just expect more from the universe because we're more mindful of the energy that we're giving in return, if that makes sense. Because there always has to be a balance. The universe works on in-breath and out-breath. We can't breathe in all the time. We have to breathe in and breathe out. It's the same with money. It's the same with the flow of abundance. It flows. Comes in and it goes out and it comes in, and ideally it should be in balance. So the lesson of this card for this weekend is don't be too generous. Know your worth. Unless you've got bazillions lying around in your cupboard, then give it away because you got, oh, thank you. That's a lesson of giving from a place of abundance. Okay. Whatever, here's a good one. Spirit is saying, think about this weekend. What do you have an enormous abundance of? Give it away, or have a yard sale, or whatever. Like if you have an abundance of clothing, or an abundance of furniture, or an abundance of stuff that you don't need, donate it to charity or have a yard sale and enjoy the lightness it will give you, the feeling of relief and release, like you're clearing out the clutter. Okay? So, or if you have bazillions and you don't know what to do with it, then donate it to charity. But never give away what you do not have an abundance of, because that actually attracts negative karma. Okay? In a sense where, like let's say you don't have any clothes, you own one t-shirt, let's say, and somebody comes along and they're desperately poor and they don't have a t-shirt and they ask you for your t-shirt. And because you're such a good person, such a good soul, you'll give away your last t-shirt. Now, observe the energy you feel when you give away that t-shirt. There's 99.9% chance you're going to be feeling like, well, this is my last bloody t-shirt, but here you go. That energy there creates lack, okay? Because when we give, we have to give from an open heart, which is a side effect of giving away what we have an abundance of, because whatever we give away, it affirms that we're abundant. Like if I go, let's say, through my cupboard and I've got mountains and mountains and mountains of clothing that I don't need, I don't wear, I don't use, and if somebody has no clothing and I give away that entire full cupboard, I'm going to feel great because, I didn't even need this, and yeah, this person is benefiting. I feel so good. Do you see? That good feeling there, it affirms the fact that you are abundant in the first place. And number two, it attracts more abundance because you feel good about it. You feel good about giving it away. And also remember, giving it away, you create a void, create an empty space for more to come in. So that's just an example, okay? It could apply to anything. So be mindful, know your worth, know your value. Don't give away what you do not have an excess of, okay? Know your worth, know your value. I keep hearing that over and over. So don't be overly generous, but don't be overly stingy either. Because another thing I'm getting with this card is that because we're thinking big this year, okay? So let's say if you're thinking big and you're tired of living in a flat and you now want to buy a house, let's say, okay, you want to buy yourself a house. Obviously, there's a significant difference in price there. And let's say the perfect house comes along and you see this beautiful house and you think, oh, this house is perfect for me. And then you realize it costs 4 times as much as your flat. Then you're going to think, oh, no, I can't spend that kind of money. No. Spirit is saying, that's your limited beliefs that you need to get rid of. You asked for the house, you wanted the house, the goal was the house, you wanted this beautiful home, you set your intentions, now you've manifested it. Now take the leap and go for it. And trusting that you will be supported in you leveling up here, if that makes sense. Okay, so very interesting, thought-provoking over the weekend. Okay, let's see, what guidance is here from Wisdom of the Oracle for Friday and the weekend? I'll rest my case. This card is called Yin. Now, Yin energy is very feminine and it is receptive. Okay? So Friday and the weekend, allow yourself to receive. Because like I said just now, we have the balance of giving and receiving. We can't always give. We need to breathe in. We can't breathe out all the time. We need to breathe in. So giving and receiving. And Spirit is saying a lot of us have been doing a whole lot of giving. Okay? So Friday and the weekend is our time to receive a little bit. Okay, so allow yourself to receive. In other words, if somebody wants to give you something or do something for you that you really do need, say yes, please, and thank you. Be a willing and gracious receiver, not just from the world around you, but also from your creator, from God, universe, right? Be an open and willing receiver. And how we are an open, willing receiver is by letting go of the struggle to push and force and do. We've got to take a step back and start allowing what we want to flow to us in way better ways than we could have ever dreamed. Okay, that's a beautiful card. Okay, let's see what guidance is here now from the Enchanted Map for Friday and the weekend. Compass. This is about true north, facing your true north. So let's be real. Last year, a lot of us were very lost, very scattered, very all over the show, in the washing machine, not knowing where the hell we're going and what we're doing. Now, we've realized our true north. As in, what is it that because last year showed us what we wanted and what we didn't want. Now this year, again, we put it into action now, okay? So know your true north. As in, who are you really? Be real, be authentic, be honest. And go after what it is that you want to create, whatever you want to have, whatever it is, whatever your goals and desires are. Go for it. Trust yourself. Trust that you've been guided in the right direction because, again, we've got our creator that has our backs. The universe has our backs. We're willing and open receivers. We don't have to hold on so tightly to what doesn't serve us anymore because last year really did a hell of a good job of teaching us that. How to surrender. So very, very interesting week this week. What I love about this week for us is that there's going to be a huge, I want to say divide or difference between who we were and who we are now. Okay? Because what Spirit is showing me here is who we were was very limited beings, very fear-based, very easily controlled, very easily kept small. Now we've resisted that. We've stepped into our power. We actively now know what it is that we want to experience, blah, blah. We know what we want to have in our lives. Last year taught us how to go after it, how to not pursue it really, but to know that we're worthy, okay? So there's a huge divide between who we used to be and who we're actually becoming. So that's why this year now you'll find it very difficult to go back to the old ways, the old fears, the old patterning. They will feel incredibly uncomfortable, okay? Which is a sign that we've got to obviously be doing things very, very differently, which I do believe a lot of us are going to be doing this year. So beautiful week this week of contrast, who we used to be and who we were becoming. It's like we might flip-flop between those two energies, but again, remember your true north, remember your compass, remember pursue what feels good, do what feels good. If it feels good, it's right for you. If it feels fulfilling and it brings you peace, that's the way to go. Ignore the paths that make you feel nauseous and fearful, because that's the old you, the old way of being. So I hope that helps, guys. I hope you all have an amazing week. And once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. It is always a pleasure to make these videos for you guys. So take care, keep well, lots of love, and have an amazing, amazing, magical first week of 2022. Take care and keep well. Bye.